judge reading the Brady rights, saying, just as you have rights, Mr. Trump, the government has certain obligations to you. The U.S. is ordered to produce all evidence. At this time, I will arraign Mr. Trump, the magistrate saying. Trump standing at the edge of the defense table, nodding as the judge explains the arraignment proceedings. As to counts 1 through 4 of the indictment, how does Mr. Trump plead? Not guilty, his attorney said. Trump has just now pleaded not guilty to these 4 counts that he is facing, the counts of conspiracy to defraud the U.S., conspiracy to obstruct an official proceeding, obstruction of an official proceeding, and conspiracy against rights, all dealing with January 6th and attempts after the 2020 election to allegedly try to overturn the results of the election. President Trump right now, coming from Stephen Portnoy in the courthouse, pleading not guilty through his attorney to those counts. And as it continues to unfold, we'll continue to let you know what's going on there. Josh Margolin, our ABC News chief investigative reporter. No surprise here. The surprise would have been if it went the other way.
Well, absolutely. And this is all part of the process. And as the magistrate said at the open, this is the starting pistol of a criminal prosecution.
Absolutely. And still at this point, a long way to go, and only one of 3 cases now, Josh, a 4th likely to come.
Well, that's exactly it. It's the start of this one case. There are 2 already underway. We expect, because every indication coming out of Atlanta, Georgia, is that there could well be another indictment in the election interference matter that's being investigated down there. And all of this means that Donald Trump's criminal problems, the fact that he is facing trial on all of these charges, are about to collide with his goal of winning the Republican nomination and then getting into the general election and becoming president again. Everything's going to happen simultaneously. In fact, we did a comparison lining up the criminal calendar with the political calendar, and we see things like, he's going to be in court right around this primary or that anticipated debate. It's really just going to be, we keep saying it's unprecedented, and obviously it's unprecedented, but it also just is so unbelievable that the man who is the front runner for the Republican nomination is going to be going back and forth between primaries and courthouses where he's on trial for serious crimes that could land him in jail.
Ex-President Trump, as you've heard now, has pleaded not guilty to the latest charges against him in the 2020 election case. He was read his rights, of course, and he was told about the maximum that he could get on each one of the 4 charges that are against him, anywhere ranging from 5 years to 20 years. He is being arraigned as we speak, and again, he has stated that he is not guilty to all of these charges. We will have more later here on our broadcast. Stay with us on this very historic day in our country. Wednesday News Time, 4:28.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance. For your free quote, call SelectQuote at 1-800-635-3311. That's 1-800-635-3311. Or go to SelectQuote.com. 1-800-635-3311. That's 1-800-635-3311. SelectQuote. We shop. You save. Full details on example policies at SelectQuote.com/commercials.
The New York Times calls BritBox the best of British telly. And a brilliant series you can only find on BritBox. Unlock acclaimed favourites like Vera and Stonehouse, plus the upcoming original drama Archie, the story of Cary Grant. Start a free trial at BritBox.com.
Oh, what a day, right? AccuWeather says partly to mostly cloudy tonight, turning more humid, though, with a thunderstorm in some spots later on, a low of 68 degrees. And then tomorrow, Friday, humid with clouds and limited sun, a couple of showers and a heavier thunderstorm. We'll get to a high of 79. Right now, 76 degrees in Central Park. Good afternoon, I'm Larry Mullins. Wednesday News Time at The Tone, 4:30.
Good
afternoon. I'm Lori Madden. Former President Donald Trump has been arraigned on charges that he tried to overturn the results of the 2020 election. Mr. Trump pleading not guilty at federal court in Washington just moments ago in the case brought by special counsel Jack Smith. He was in the courtroom as well. 3 police officers who defended the Capitol from Mr. Trump's supporters' attack on January 6th were also in the courtroom. We now have this special. The arraignment for former President Trump taking place in a Washington, D.C. courtroom. The president entered with his legal team, special counsel Jack Smith, and prosecutors also seated across from him. The magistrate in today's arraignment opening the hearing by reading the charges in the case of the United States of America versus Donald J. Trump. Trump pleaded not guilty to 4 felony counts in the grand jury indictment alleging he tried to overturn the 2020 election. A magistrate oversaw today's proceedings. That case has been assigned to Judge Tanya Chutkan, an Obama appointee. ABC News chief legal analyst Dan Abrams says that there's more tasks at hand.
The most important thing that this judge is going to have control over is the timing. It is clear that Jack Smith and the special counsel want to move this quickly. It is clear that Donald Trump's lawyer believes that you're talking about a very long process to prepare for trial. That's going to be the first issue that she has to resolve.
It is the 3rd indictment for the former president, who's also making another bid for the White House. I'm Michelle Franzen, ABC News. And make sure you stay with 1010 Wins and 1010wins.com for the very latest on this still developing story. Wednesday time, 4:31. Time now for expanded traffic and transit with Greg Wright.
And Lori, we're starting to get a little more clarity on the LIRR about this afternoon's changes because of this morning's derailment east of Jamaica. They are trying to pinpoint where this will impact you. They're saying Port Jefferson, Ronkonkoma, Oyster Bay, and Hempstead branches. You are going to see more delays and more than anything, just a different track to get on over at Jamaica. So again, Port Jefferson, Ronkonkoma, Oyster Bay, and Hempstead branch. That's where they believe the focus of the delays are going to be this afternoon and evening, getting you home on the LIRR. Now in Brooklyn, westbound B2E opposite McGinnis Boulevard, crash in the left lane, and that makes an absolute mess in either direction. Outbound Gowanus, westbound belt, awful to the Verrazano because of a stall that sat there for over an hour. Belts a standstill from Flatbush Avenue. Outbound Gowanus, a mess from Sunset Park all the way to the Verrazano. Grand Central Parkway in Queens on the eastbound ride, getting you out towards 164th Street. You're getting a crash out of the right lane, but not before it made things worse all the way back through Kew Gardens. Citybound George, 45 up, 30 minutes down. There was a crash on the ramp from the West Side Highway to the outbound lower level, making a mess of the west side. Lincoln's about 20 minutes in. Outbound side of the Lincoln Tunnel, we are still looking at least 30 minutes from 11th, better from 940 to 60. At the outbound Holland, inbound covered roadway is slow. The Newark Bay is where you go. And if you're in a jam, call the Barnes Firm traffic tip line at 844-JAM-1010. That's 844-JAM-1010. Traffic sponsored by the Barnes Firm. I'm Greg Rice, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM.
I'm attorney Rich Barnes. If you've been in a car crash, choosing the right firm is crucial to get the help you need and the best result possible.
The Barnes Firm. Injury attorneys. Call 1-800-8
Manhattan, Long Island.
Now the AccuWeather 4-day forecast. Here is meteorologist Carrie Schwindenhammer.
We're going to be seeing some cloud cover overnight tonight. The big story is going to be increase in humidity. It's going to be a short-term one, but it definitely will play a role in the weather tomorrow. Could be a thunderstorm late tonight, the low 68. Spotty showers and even a heavier thunderstorm tomorrow, especially later in the day and into the evening. Could lead to ponding of water on streets and highways, the high 79 degrees. And then things clear out for tomorrow night, the low 68. The weekend looks pretty good at this point, a mix of sun and clouds both days. And more importantly, the humidity will lower. Saturday's high 84, the high Sunday 85. It's 76 with some clouds overhead, the humidity 49%, and the wind south gusting at 25. 76 going down to 68 in Midtown. On AccuWeather's Carrie Schwindenhammer on New York's weather station, 1010 Winds on 92.3 FM.
Fire up your summer at Ocean Edge Resort and Golf Club on Cape Cod. Grab friends, family, and hit the beach or the links on their Nicholas Design Golf Course. Spacious rooms and villas with the amenities of home are calling your name. Get away this summer. You've earned it. OceanEdge.com.
Wednesday time, 4:34. As you just heard a little while ago, a Long Island Railroad train derailed just east of Jamaica Station today. It is continuing to cause disruptions this afternoon. Those disruptions could continue through tomorrow morning's rush hour.
All 8 cars of the eastbound Hempstead Line train jumped the tracks. It happened shortly after 11 a.m., about a half-mile east of the Jamaica Station. There were approximately 100 people on board. 13 were injured, but nothing life-threatening. Rob Free, Senior VP of Operations at the Long Island Railroad, said the 8 cars remained upright despite derailing, but the cause hasn't been determined yet.
We can positively determine that speed was not a factor in this. It was operating under the MAS speed with the maximum allowable speed in the area, but it's still too early to say exactly if there were any type of malfunction and whatnot.
There was track infrastructure damage, and that's why the train schedules are being impacted. The train is equipped with numerous devices with downloadable information that will be used in the investigation. Carol Dioria, 1010 Winds at 92.3 FM at Jamaica Station.
With news on 4:35, Mayor Adams says his housing policies are working, but he's staying mum on where the city might shelter migrants who have nowhere to go.
On top of a building that has 188 affordable units, which can rent for upwards of $8,000 a month, they're touting how his administration has gotten more people out of shelters and into permanent housing.
The city created and preserved nearly 27,000 affordable homes, 45% higher from the previous year.
He says he knows with shelters housing 107,000 people, over half of those migrants, more is needed, especially having seen firsthand the migrants sleeping outside the Roosevelt Hotel last night.
And these are not abstract numbers.
But he wouldn't answer questions as to whether he was considering tents in Central Park as an alternative.
Can you say whether you're looking at Central Park for the migrants?
And with that, the doors closing on the elevator he was in. Samantha Leapman, 1010 Winds on 92.3 FM in Hudson Yards.
With news time 4:36.
What do you want?
It's not that simple.
What do you want?
How about a musical on Broadway this spring? 1010 Winds Entertainment is next.
If you've had painful kidney stones, you know you don't want more. Moonstone Stone Stopper is a simple solution that works. Created and recommended by top kidney stone doctors, Stone Stopper is an alkali citrate formula scientifically proven to prevent crystallization. Stone Stopper's patented formula is gentle on the stomach and is available in easy-to-swallow capsules, gummies, and powder drinks that make hydration delicious. Stone Stopper is available at participating Walmart and Walgreens stores. Look for the red stop sign on the bottom shelf of the vitamin aisle. For more information or to find a store near you, go to stonestopper.com.
1877 Cars for Kids. K-A-R-S Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1877 Cars for Kids. K-A-R-S Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate your car today at carsforkids.org. Your car, running or not, can be picked up as soon as the next day. No title? No problem. Call 877-CARS-FOR-KIDS or go online at carsforkids.org to donate today.
1877 Cars for Kids. K-A-R-S Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Wednesday time 4:38 now. 1010 Winds Entertainment. Another chapter in the Notebook is on the way.
So it's not going to be easy. It's going to be really hard. And we're going to have to work at this every day, but I want to do that because I want you. I want all of you forever. You and me, every day.
The Notebook, the musical, is coming to Broadway this spring, with previews scheduled to begin in February at the Gerald Schoenfeld Theater. No word yet on casting. Wednesday time 4:39.
I'm Kareem.